Hello, this is Grandma's Gone Gaming. I'm bringing you episode 6 of my November 2016 Minecraft Hardcore Challenge. This one is a building challenge that Michael Deering thought up for us to use the colors of the mesa to build something pretty. No limitations on that. Just build something pretty. And we can't leave the mesa. So I've been in a pretty small place of the mesa, a little part of it. And I know what I'm going to build, and I've been kind of explaining to you a little bit about my background, why I like building and why I'm not necessarily a great builder, but I love to build. I love to make things. I love to create things, always have. It's just been something that has been ingrained in me, and I've told you some about my parents and how we were brought up, and I kind of want to continue with that a little bit, just a little bit. I want to talk about dreams, not dreaming like I had a dream last night, but dreaming as in there are things that I'd like to do, things that I haven't learned yet, things that would seem like a good thing to do, but I don't know how to do it. It isn't something that, like my mom and dad, especially my mom, she didn't know things that she could do. She learned a lot from my dad, but she had other dreams. She had her musical dreams, and that other people had no idea how to play the violin like she did. And so, she could help people with that. She did help people with musical things. Can I shut that off up here? Let me take a look. I want that water out of my way, but I don't want to just start making it override everything else. Yes, I can. I can get up there without a problem. So, yeah. So as our life went on, and we ended up with bigger houses, bigger homes. We ended before the quake in 1964. We had, whoops, didn't mean to do that. Really, I wasn't seeing that well. It blended in too well against the background there. We had a house that had the little blue house had ended up being the chicken coop. We took over what had started out with the chicken coop. And let's see, where was the redstone that I've been seeing? Right down there. And we ended up with quite a large house that ended up being basically eaten by the quake when it happened. Actually, the house itself fared very well. I'm not sure what I'm hearing where, but I don't think I want to take any chances of something coming down here when I'm not right here by this lava. So we're going to shut this off. Thank you very much. So yeah, the house had grown, and oh, really? I can't even get down there. Darn it. Oh, I can't. All right, there we go. I'll get this piece at least. Darn it. I thought I'd get quite a bit out of that, and ended up getting eaten by the lava. Well, I'll have to go that way then. Whoa. What? Oh, he came over the top somewhere? I thought I had that screened off enough. Obviously not. Alright, oh, he walked up here somehow. So, anyway, they always talked about, my parents always talked about it. And, I would love to have been able to, finish their dream for them later on, and they never did get to do it. They wanted to travel. They wanted to, they started out that way. If you remember, I told you they had talked about going to Australia, and they never did go. They stuck right there, and they built the community. They helped with everything, and were there. That was in their home for the rest of their lives. And my mom moved away after my dad died. We both moved away, left Alaska for various reasons, but we've always. My mom passed away a couple years ago, but none of us, the rest of the family. My brother still lives there. He still lives in Valdez. Still has the phone number that we had after the quake. It's just. Oh gosh, more stories about him, and how he lives up there now. He works for the pipeline. Is a very important person on the pipeline, and. But Mom and Dad never did the traveling that they wanted to do. But I'll tell you what they did do. They bought things like National Geographic. Every kind of thing that they could ever find that they could get a hold of, either from the library or that they bought, they would bring it home and they would pore over it and plan one day we're going to do this, we're going to do that. We could go here, we could go there, we could build a boat and go around the world in the boat. That was one of their dreams, which didn't happen, but it was okay. They had the dream, and they didn't just give up on it. Sometimes their dream had to change, but that was okay too. There was always something that they had going. There was always something that they were thinking about, always something that maybe couldn't come about because they didn't have the money, or sometimes there were health problems that had to be fought. My mom had some health problems in later years that couldn't be ignored, so there had to be money spent for doctor bills and stuff like that. And my dad, he was a smoker and a drinker. He had health problems, and he died of a heart attack in 1973, I believe it was. Sometimes the years get all mixed up in my mind, but oh shoot, I don't need that anyway. I do need to get up, but I wanted that redstone, and I want just a little bit more of it if I can get to it. And so we learned to dream. Maybe not necessarily dream really big, and maybe we didn't have all the same dreams all the time. I wanted nothing more than to be a popular singer. I love music. I loved singing. I still do. I can't sing very well anymore due to my own problems. Partly I stoop very far forward, and so I don't really have much of a the wind power that I used to have. And I think if there's anything that I regret more than anything else, is not being able to sing any longer. But I wanted to go to Juilliard. I wanted to become a popular singer, as I used to put it. But actually what I really wanted to sing was opera. I wanted to sing like some of the songs. My dad loved opera, and they would buy the Longines Symphonets records, the suites of things that you could get, all different types of music, and I grew up with those. Just so many, operatic music, the classics, and other things as well. The things that my mom knew and loved, and actually with the violin and all that, she was not a classical music lover. That was not her thing. She liked to play pop. She liked to play jazz. She was a great jazz player. I want to get over there to that. Let's see if I can do it without getting killed here. And so she didn't care for Daddy's choice in music a lot of the time, but she knew some classical stuff, and so we were taught a lot of various types of music. But I had at one time a very large range, and I could reach way high into the very high notes. I could go above high C, and so I sang in a lot of choirs growing up, and as a young adult, and then as an adult, and had solo parts, just sang with the choir. Did I already get the redstone more? Yeah, I have some. It'll have to be enough. I just wanted some accent blocks. Okay, I think I need to get back up there. And, there's some of it that I want right there. If I can get it. Yes. And, my brother, one of his big accomplishments was he entered in the Gold Rush days one year. He entered the Liars Contest. And, it's a dubious, piece of, how did I get in here? Here we go. Fame, I suppose. But he wrote 2 big lies, into stories. You had to write a story and tell how, the big lie, and then make people, sort of believe it. It was a fib. It was known to be a lie. It was like if you were a fisherman telling your story about the fish, that kind of thing. So he did. He won the Liars Contest for his 2 stories. He won first and second prize in the Liars Contest for that Gold Rush days. Which Mom said, you know, I'm just not sure that that is something that we should encourage. But they did. They encouraged him to be creative in that way. And I was in the spelling bees, and my dad especially would always help with that and drill me in the many, 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 many words that we had to go through. I think we're going to get a little... Do we have any more torches over here? No. And so many things that they encouraged us. And, you know, it's just... I think that one needs dreams. And I see that, you know, one of the things I love to do is gaming. I've always loved gaming. I like the creativity of it. I like the fact that you can do things maybe that you can't do in real life. You know, I can't get out and do the things that I used to do, but I liked gaming even when I could. But I also like physical games. I played sports when I was growing up. What do I want here? I was a good runner, and I played basketball. I played badminton. We played all sort volleyball. I did jumped on the trampoline and did a lot of the tricks that you see. You know, there's no way that I could ever think of doing those kind of things now. It's just, you know, and sometimes it amazes me, and I think back, I have memories of doing all those things because we were encouraged to do them. And, okay, I'm running so much out of time. I need to get out there and do these things. I need to make these right now as much as I can into blocks. That's what I want those for. And the gold that I have, here, let's make what I have into blocks as much as I can, and then get out there and get some of that clay. I may not be able to get every color in, but I'm going to do what I can and build something that I've always felt a kinship with, I suppose because of growing up as a pioneer, with I need to get water in that, the people of old, pioneers that came, I need sticks, more sticks, there we go. The people that came from other countries, people that left the United States for other countries, it doesn't matter. Traveling to a different country is hard on a person. Traveling anywhere is hard on a person, changing your life. And people had to build things in areas where things weren't necessarily built. So that pioneering spirit is something I've always, always admired. And so what I'm going to build is going to be one of my very favorite things to see pictures of, and I've done a little bit of studying about it, but I'm going to, did I put clay over here? I did put some. And I have the red sand. Oh, I was going to make glass. I need glass. Okay, so I need to get some of that in. Oh, come on. Time's running out here. All right, I'm just going to take these out because I need to get glass going. And I think I have enough of those things. Put both of these down here. And I need glass. Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's right. You dye the glass. That's what I'm trying to think. Come on. So I am going to make a cliff dwelling unit, sort of. I've done some similar things. And what was I going to... Coal. That's what I need. Coal. Coal. It's right here. I've done some cliff dwelling builds in tutorials that I've done. Okay, that's not enough. In some of my villager series that I've done on YouTube. So, but this one's going to be a little different. I'm going to try to make it artistic as well as being practical. Oh, yeah, and the witch is laughing at me. Yeah, you just think you are. Do we have any kind of daylight? We do not. Okay, well, I can go underground here and start getting some of the colors that are up here. So let's do that. Although we were actually... I should be on the other side of the mesa, really, to get the colors. I'll get this gold while I'm here. I'm not sure if I want to run across there during this time of the night or not. I might make a foray out there. We'll see. But I was kind of leafing through things and thinking, what could I build? What could I build? And on the server, I had planned to build a giant chess table with all of the the pawns and the kings and the queens and, you know, the full chessmen set, all out of the colors of the Mesa. That was what I wanted to do, and I didn't make it that far, so I may someday build that. I had it pretty much planned out in my mind what I was going to do. It was going to be a very large checkerboard build, big chess set. But this one's going to be buildings, and I'm going to build it over that way, right over there. Oh, okay, come on, come get me, mister. Okay, we're going to build it out there, right over there on that face, and it's going to be fun. There will be, oh, I want those colors. Well, I'm going to have to take out a lot of those anyway when I build, so I may just have to wait for most of it, because I want the yellows and I want the white, and there is some brown in there, and the light gray is in there, orange, and there is some red in our array in this area also. So I'll use those. I probably won't have time to go dye anything else, so it'll be pretty much stuck with the colors that are here, but I'm going to hopefully make them pop out of the layer strata that we already have into the other colors showing up on top of the canvas of the colors that are there. I mean, like when you look into the layers there, you see the certain colors, you know, mostly across the whole area, and I don't want that guy coming in, so I'm going to try to get him out of here. Nope, he blew up anyway. Well, that's alright. We can take care of that. I don't have to cut down that tree, right? Okay, we'll put this stuff back up. Some of it. Not too worried about it. Right inside of here. Okay. Did he get the whole tree? No. Oh, big one. Giant one. Well, I doubt if I'm going to get that whole thing down there before day hits. But anyway, I want to take those colors that are all in the layers and spread them out in a little different way on the canvas of the mostly hardened clay. That's my aim. And each little house will be functional. I'm probably not going to have time to decorate or anything like that. But I know how I want to light it up. I know how I basically want it to look. And I got to find it. I got my picture here somewhere that I drew. And I do draw and paint as well. Those are things that I've picked up over the years. I grew up drawing. I like to draw, and I've always been fairly good at, oh hey, look at there, an apple. I've been fairly good at portraits. I used to love to draw my favorite movie stars and singers, mostly singers. That was my big thing, of course. But I could draw all four of the Beatles very well, pretty much from memory at one time. It's been a long time since I've done any portraiture, but I used to do my friends for them, and I never did paint anything very much. I always did pencil and charcoal drawings. Mom did a lot of painting. She, you know, whatever she had to paint with, she would use. And my dad, of course, he painted houses, but he also could do very artistic jobs. He was always bright colors. They both of them loved bright colors, and so do I. So you know, I've done have painted in more recent years with using the wet on wet oil technique. I've also done some watercolors, and had done previously some, okay, we're on day 6, regular standard oil painting somewhat, but mostly I did toll painting with acrylics. And for many years my husband and I ran a woodworking business where we sold handmade wood products, and we were fairly successful at it, but not enough to keep a family of 6 children going. So of course that's another whole big story. Okay, so we're at day 6, and I'm going to just go in here, and when I come out, we're going to get that build started over there. I'll go over and take out the colors that I can, and I have things here that I can already use. I'm going to go ahead and get the glass out of here, and talk about why I like the way that the cliff dwelling will work. You know, made out of the native things. I love in Minecraft making things in the biomes and making the housing fit into the biomes. I love like looking at dream homes and stuff like that, where the people have made their houses, and when you first look, you can't tell there's a house there. That's a wonderful thing to do, I think. Okay, so I'm going to leave you again, and I'll be back with episode 7. And thank you for watching. Bye for now.